Well, time now for the day in sport with Darren Mara. And Darren, off-field controversy plagues the AFL again.
That's right, Sarah. Good evening to you. AFL House in Melbourne had to be evacuated today following a hoax threat to the building. League bosses have denied it was linked to the AFL's decision yesterday to publicly back the yes vote in the same-sex marriage debate. A stressful day at AFL House as more than 150 staff were evacuated after a threatening phone call. Police eventually declared the building safe, but AFL boss Gil McLachlan was forced to fend off suggestions the threat was linked to yesterday's public backing of same-sex marriage. The yes sign was taken down today amid unconfirmed reports the logo had been vandalised overnight. But the AFL insists it was only intended to be up for 24 hours. A day is all it took to stir the pot.
When organisations like the AFL or the NRL or the ARU pretend that they're speaking for all of their members, all of their players, all of their clubs, when clearly that's not the case.
It's a testament and a credit to the AFL that they can have such a powerful message without personal invective.
The game itself also deeply divided, with clubs and players on both sides of the debate.
I think it's a really strong stand by the AFL. I fully support it. And I don't buy into the conversation around just because it is the AFL, they're not allowed to have an opinion on the issue.
But Port Adelaide President David Koch has questioned why any club would involve itself in the public debate. And Carlton has weighed in, saying that while it prides itself on being inclusive, it would not endorse the Yes campaign out of respect for personal choice. With over a month and a half until the same-sex marriage survey closes, it's certain this debate will rage on. Melbourne Storm coach Craig Bellamy has paid tribute to Cooper Cronk on the eve of tomorrow's preliminary final against the Brisbane Broncos. The match will be Cronk's final home game for the Storm. Bellamy admits the club has its work cut out replacing their star scrum half, who will retire at the end of the season.
We're certainly going to miss Cooper, and we're going to miss, Billy and Cameron when they go too, so without a doubt. We've got some young players in the club that, I don't think we're ever going to see the likes of those three again, especially playing together at the one club.
The Storm is at full strength for the match, while Broncos winger Corey Oates remains in doubt after being concussed in the win against Penrith. South Melbourne will face Sydney FC as it attempts to become the first member federation club to reach the FFA Cup final. It follows the former National Soccer League side's emphatic 6-0 victory over Gold Coast last night, while the Wanderers needed a penalty shootout to overcome Blacktown City in the other quarter-final clash. The semi-finals take place later this month. To cricket, and Australia is currently in action against India as it attempts to level their 5-match one-day series. India won the toss and elected to bat in the second one-dayer in Kolkata after a rapid start from the hosts. Nathan Coulter-Nile again grabbed the breakthrough for Australia. Rohit Sharma gone for 7. However, Virat Kohli and Ajinkya Rahane then went on the attack. A short time ago, India was 1 for 72 after 15 overs. The National Basketball League remains hopeful of returning the local competition to the glory days of the early 90s. For the first time, SBS and SBS Viceland will telecast a live game from each round this season. NBL CEO Jeremy Loliger says he's confident the league will continue to grow under the arrangement.
For us, it's a fantastic partnership because of the fact that SBS goes into every part of the country. It speaks to every demographic that aligns with basketball.
The NBL season tips off on October 5. And a reminder, SBS Viceland will screen one live game every Saturday. First up on October 7, it's the Kings up against the Adelaide 36ers. And then every Sunday, SBS will telecast a live afternoon game. The New Zealand Breakers host the Cairns Taipans on October 8. There's also live streaming of both games at SBS On Demand. For many, living with depression is an ongoing challenge. It's an issue that AFL great Adam Goodes is passionate about. The dual Brownlow medalist is currently one of several participants taking part in a charity ride. And the journey from Perth to Broome is all about raising funds and awareness for mental health.
riding past a vibrant landscape, journeying beyond the spectre of depression.
It is dark and it is scary for those people who face it, and they need to know that there are people out there that care and people that can help.
For Adam Goods, the two-wheeled odyssey from Perth to Broome is driven by heart, not his premiership-winning legs.
Too many family members committed suicide. My wife's mother when she was 14, which is really sad. You know, cousins, family members, all because of mental health problems.
The rolling caravan is a chance to talk about mental health with the communities they pass along the way.
This is about doing something, you know, positive, about raising the awareness, about raising the profile, especially for us men and Indigenous men and Indigenous community members, that it is okay to talk about our feelings. It is okay to, you know, not feel good about yourself as long as you do talk about it.
This edition of the Tour Across Oz so far contributing $290,000 for the Black Dog Institute. It makes the daily 150-kilometre suffering in the saddle worth it.
So I'm happy to do it for a good cause, happy to do it for charity, happy to do it for a bit of exercise, but yeah, you won't see me in any velodrome soon or trying to get over to Europe and do some big mountains.
Even on the flat, these riders have already moved mountains in their mind. Nick Vinden, SBS World News.
And finally in sport, one of boxing's greatest ever fighters, Jake LaMotta, has died. The former world middleweight champion was remembered for his epic battles with Sugar Ray Robinson in the 40s and the 50s. Known for his granite chin, he was portrayed by actor Robert De Niro in the 1980 film Raging Bull. LaMotta succumbed to complications from pneumonia. He was 95. Great boxer and a great film.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Darren. Well, coming up, the weather and... the rich tapestry of Australia reflected in the Carole King musical.